Hello, beautiful humans. So we are going to do Taurus. Taurus, what does April have in store for you? What do my Tauruses have in store for the month of April? Think of someone that you would also like to know what they're thinking or what they would say to you if they had the courage. And we are also going to go ahead and get a message from them. Ooh, look at you. The message is already getting very exciting and interesting. I'm just going to take this because this seems like the right amount. Pretty close. All right, let's look at you. Wow. Whoa. Okay, Taurus. Taurus. Interesting. All right, Mr. or Mrs. Taurus. Whichever you may be, the energy here is of you feeling very much like you need to work on your image of yourself. There's an energy here of you making a commitment. I would say that you made this commitment probably when spring started springing, right? Of taking care of making sure that your physical self, your emotional self, and your spiritual and mental self really connected to the idea of how you perceive yourself. And currently you're realizing how many things you actually have to be honest with yourself about that need to change. There's an energy here of my Tauruses really realizing their addictions. Their addictions in regards to everything. Sometimes they're mental, sometimes they're physical, sometimes they're habits that you've created. And source is telling me you're realizing that certain things just can't make the cut. Certain things need to just be put behind you. And there seems to be a system that source wants you to kind of step into so that it doesn't feel too overwhelming. Because currently my Tauruses are feeling overwhelmed with the daunting idea of the changes that need to happen in order for them to feel in alignment to being on the right track. And some of you guys are kind of lost. Some of you guys are like, I can't. It's too much. Like, I think I'm going to give up. And that energy in your current vibe is there so that you really understand that not until we get to that point of wanting to give up on something do we realize what's important for us. And you're being asked by the universe or source or God, whatever you give credence to, what do you believe about yourself, Taurus? What do you believe about yourself? Do you believe that you're the kind of person that can do it? Or are you the kind of person that doesn't follow through with commitments to themselves to make the changes that are necessary in order for you to feel in alignment to who you believe you are? Because if you are that person, then that takes some sort of sacrifice. That takes some sort of commitment to the bigger picture, to the ability to live into that energy. And you are being given this moment in time right now of like, how badly do you want to feel good about this change that you want in your life? Like, and that means that you have done the hard work. You have sacrificed either through sweating or taking something out or, not spending. It's just, there's an energy here of needing to sacrifice, but in your personal story, not because you have to do anything obligatory, something more about looking at yourself like the man in the mirror. The song that's coming to mind is the song by Michael Jackson, Man in the Mirror. And you're meant to listen to that song, whether you're masculine or feminine. You're meant to go listen to that song because that song is a perfect embodiment of the energy that my Tauruses are currently feeling about themselves in life. And Source is like, it's time for you to see yourself living and feeling in complete authentic alignment to the person that you are ready to live into. All right, let's go ahead and ask a question about someone that you would like a message from, and this is a message from their higher self, dear Taurus. This is a message from the person on your mind's higher self, i.e., even if they're not living this energy, this is what their higher self would like you to know, Taurus. All right, well, this person really doesn't want to talk to you. This person's like, you know. All right, what is the person on my Taurus's mind want to tell them from a higher perspective? You know, that you could have worked on it, that you know, if you, okay, so the person on your mind felt as if you did not give them the opportunity to own your story or history by working on what you thought was an insurmountable betrayal. And listen, that's true for you, right? We're talking about them though. And this is the main thing that my Tauruses must understand. This is the perspective of the person on your mind that you would like a message from. They felt like you could have worked on it and that you could have gotten past it, and then they could have honored you. And they feel as if you must have not cared enough. And I'm getting very energetically, like very clearly from my Tauruses, that that wasn't the case, that this person deceived you in a way that was, you know, the last straw. But this person feels like when your hearts are really truly committed to someone, there isn't a last straw. Their perception of love is, I hate to say it, take it one more time. And like literally this person feels like, you know, if you love me, you'll just take it. And I'm going to tell you, I don't really like this person. Don't really like this person. This person's very selfish, very self-centered. And I'm very grateful that my Taurus has left that circumstance. But some part of you, Taurus, is holding on to a self-destructive habit about guilt, maybe, or even better, resentment. Resentment will eat up any kind of joy you might want to create in your life because you're living in the past. And that is an energy that's coming through here, where in order for you to feel completely happy about your life and your choices moving forward, you have to accept that everything that has happened in your life has brought you to the place that you are so that you can choose better. Period. The end. And you have the Sun as the ending result and the Four of Pentacles. But there's something about your mind that wants to believe that if you don't look at it, it will go away at some point. And I'm here to tell you, you're meant to face it straight head on and say to yourself, what do I have to just finally let go of emotionally, physically, spiritually, so that I can accept where I currently am, so that I can live into my happily ever after, my happy period, my choosing of being happy. All right, let's see what will bring you, my beautiful Tauruses, into alignment for the month of April. What will bring my Tauruses into alignment for the month of April? Universal love, the number 44. Everything that you ever gave to emotionally, even if it didn't turn out the way that you were hoping in regards to love, love is never wasted. Because if your heart showed up to it, it means that you showed up to your heart, and that means you honored yourself. It says the frequency of universal love activates the connection we feel to each other, to our planet, and to the whole of existence itself. And it's always valued. All right, my beautiful. So pour more love into it is your message. If you want to claim this message, make sure you like it. And I will see you next time.